Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me for this video. In my last couple lawn updates, I was using my homemade lawn striping roller, and I got some questions on if I could explain a little bit more about how I built that. So today, that's exactly what we're going to go over. I was originally trying to build a striping kit for my Toro Time Master mower. So I have a video on that I previously did a couple weeks ago that I will link in the description, as this design that I'm using today is part of that design, so you can kind of go see some more specifics on that. So I'll go into a little bit more detail today on how I changed that striping kit that was originally pulled behind my mower into one that I'm pushing by hand. The reason that I changed to something that I'm pushing by hand is because I find that the whole reason of having a push mower is so that you can get into corners, back up easily. At the end of your turns, you can turn around, back up easily, and I just don't want something in the way all the time. So that led me to thinking about maybe using this after I mowed. And of course, that's some more work that not everyone's going to want to do, and I completely understand that. But for those of you that might want to add some extra patterns to your yard, this is a really good option. So let's go over a little bit about the build today. Hopefully this will give you an idea if you'd like to build something like this. So as I mentioned in that other video, I have a few more details on all the parts and things that I use, but quickly we'll go over that again. I started out with 3-inch PVC pipe, and of course the end caps that go along with that. Then I went ahead and drilled a hole through the end cap so that I could place a bolt through there, and I attached that on both sides. Added some washers as spacers to kind of tighten it up a little bit. I'm using a bracket that I also will put a link in the description to, so you can check that out. It had some pre-drilled holes in it, which made it a little bit easier. I fastened those brackets on, and originally that attached to the back of my mower with some pins. Once I figured out that it wasn't going to allow me to reverse very easily, I was thinking about how I could design it and push this instead of pull it behind my mower. So that's when I came up with the idea of adding just a scrap piece of wood in between here to kind of tighten up those brackets so that they can't slide one way or the other. I just added that piece of wood with a couple of wood screws through the bracket so that it's tightened down. Then I drilled a hole in some 3/4 inch conduit. I had a couple of these pieces of conduit laying around, so I figured this would be an easy way to add a handle without having to go buy something else. But even if you do have to buy these pieces, or you think this would work for you, they're not very expensive. As I mentioned, I drilled a hole in those, put a bolt through there, attached it to the bracket, and then this gives me my handles. This gives me the ability now to push the striper in my yard. 3-inch PVC pipe is filled with sand, and I don't know exactly how much it weighs, but I just filled it up so that it was full. It's not overly heavy. If you wanted to go more extreme, you could probably add something like cement in there if you really wanted to, but I wanted it to be manageable when I push it, so it's not so heavy that it just makes it so difficult to push that I don't even want to use it. And really, that's pretty much the design. What I do in my yard is I go ahead and mow like I normally would. If I want a specific pattern, I might need to double cut, and then I just take the striper out and I go over my lines that I'd previously made with the mower. This defines them a little bit more than just the mower alone, and this really gives me some good results. Let's take a look at a few of the results that I had recently. That's really it for this design. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to try to answer any questions you might have. Thank you very much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.